blowback. Another fan puzzle, it seems. Okay, what do we got? We got a fan in there. Connector, block. Okay, so. Oh, shit. I thought there was a gargoyle standing next to me suddenly. Or maybe one of the Doctor Who angels. I can't see those angel statues. I'm thinking Doctor Who angels. No, just forget it. You ruined my life. Doctor Who, you've ruined my life. Okay, so I'm just gonna jam that. Okay, can we jam this? Is it interesting? Not really, no. So I'm hoping that there's a. Oh yeah, here we go. So there's a refractor. And we'll unlock as much as we can. I don't think we can actually unlock everything though. Oops. I think we unlock this, and possibly the last one? No. So that's okay. We'll unlock 3 levels. And what does this give us in here? This gives us a fan. Ooh, blue. Okay, so we need to, I guess, turn the fan on with a blue source, which we have just outside the door. Let me put this buddy here. Okay. There's a plate in there, so. Oh, hold on. I guess that's the. Yeah. So the Doctor Who angel is guarding the. Will receive the blowback. Sorry, the blowback. Oh, it's just level name stuck in my head. It's gonna receive the block once we shoot it over the top. So we no longer need to jam that. Actually, we can jam that door. Yeah, we'll jam this door so we can So we can use this, and that'll allow us to... Bam! We should see the cube. There it goes. No worries. Okay, so... And we'll just keep our door open here. We want to bring the scanner back, actually. The jammer, sorry. And... take that. Oh, wait. I want to, yeah. I just want to unlock this. Because this fan is going to be in the way. I assume it's going to... Yeah, it's going to... That's okay. We don't need you, my friend. You can rack off, mates. And that'll allow us everything we need. Perfect. Come on, man. I'm all over this like a rash. Normally these are really hard. Just remembering when to disable the bloody fans. That helps so much. So much. Okay, it's not. I guess it's an unusual concept, or it's not. Oh, what do you need? Oh, you came back to keep me company. Okay then, humor me with a little hypothetical. Imagine that a few hours from now, you climb to the top of that tower. It's a flash of light, then poof, magic happens. Then you find yourself in the real world, living whatever you take to be a normal life there. What would you do then? Yes, that's the general impression I was getting off you. Good, perhaps we won't have to work so hard at this after all. Before we continue though, I want to double check we're on the same wavelength here. Suppose you get out there with all the human beings. What you're going to do is rinse them for all they've got without a care for a soul? Precisely! And would you treat everyone with this sort of contempt? Or would there be some people you kept for friends? Which my friends would respect. So you would have a kind of thieves' code. Lavish one's friends and defraud one's enemies? Fair enough. At least you don't buy into all that moral nonsense. But suppose that 2 of your friends were to have a falling out. You can no longer be a friend to both. Will you not be conflicted? Choose whichever is in the right, at least for me. So you do have a moral compass after all. Well, you can't very well admit that there is a moral standard to which you appeal when settling disputes, yet deny that this code has any sway over you. So which is it? Is there a right and wrong, or isn't there? Well, yes. I have some moral code. I steal, but only morally. So you do have some scruples. So tell me then, this obligation you feel, is it only applicable to the real world, or does it apply here as well? Special conditions. This being one of them. Does any reasoning underpin that conclusion, or is it just a convenient thing to believe? Wow, morality doesn't apply to a dream. That's implying a lot. No, justice can only exist in a society, I think. If you're by yourself, morality doesn't really exist. Interesting. You scratch my back, I'll put a roof over your head, that sort of thing. But what about those lucky few that find themselves inside your benevolent cartel? How will you do right by them? The more equal everyone share, the better. Consequences don't matter, our reasons do. Ooh, that's a pretty tough one. I'm gonna go with that, though. Ah, you're obviously one of the clever ones. So reasoning is supposed to lead us all to the same conclusions about what sort of a person we're supposed to be, is that it? That is close enough, yeah. Alright then, let me spin you a yarn. Suppose you climb that tower and step into a magic portal to the human world. Hundreds of others like you do the same. Fortunately, the transfer goes wrong for just one, putting the lives of all the others at risk, and here I am with this kill switch of mine. What would you have me do? Kill the one to save many? Absolutely. On what possible grounds can you justify that? Not hitting a switch would also be murder. Cool, yes. I suppose it would be in a way, but that only means you're faced with choosing between two different murders. Since the consequences aren't supposed to matter, you can't say that one murder is worse than the other, so there's still no reason to favor the many. This is like my philosophy classes. If you really want to say what you've been saying so far, I think you may have to redress some of your earlier assumptions. You know, there are shed loads of broken theories less ridiculous than the one you're chewing through. How about I give you a bit of space to consider them? Resume library archive session, yes, okay. Oh, and if the real world turns out to be everything you imagine, do me a favor and leave me here. Wow. Brutal. Oh yeah, that is really like my philosophy classes. There's no right answers. Everything you have an answer for is wrong, basically. Hey, what is this? Is this a fan? Is it a disc? It's a ring. Oh, it's a Ouroboros. It's a snake eating its own tail.
Sometimes I think about the Middle Ages, about what it must have been like to live in the ruins of a great civilization, to know that so much has been lost. But then I remind myself that while the West sank into darkness, others picked up the pieces. That civilization always survived because the great insights of philosophy and science are not bound to any one culture or people. They belong to all of us, and one day they'll belong to you.
I didn't even realize this would be a... What is this? Okay, look, I've never seen this before, to be honest. But at the same time, I've never seen a pedestal before, so... Can I put this here? Can I drop it? Okay, so I assume that belongs there. And what I'm actually looking at is not a rock, but maybe a statue of some description? Oh, what's this? Another computer. Oh, it's a nice one. Oh, it's Ian! It's a Malcolm machine. Okay, then. What have we got here? Against survival, Emil, human evolution, and Einstein. Dear Ms. Drennan, I heard about your project. It's a talk of the scientific community, and I'd like to make an argument for why you should abandon it. It's not that I think your idea won't work. It very well may. But we have to look beyond purely practical questions to the issue of morality, especially at this turning point of our spiritual ecology. By what right can we put living beings through all that suffering just so they can serve our purposes? Why create these pale imitations of our fatally flawed species and force them to reenact our sordid history? Why garbled? Why are you building, Ms. Drennan? What you are building, Ms. Drennan, is a prison, even if there is a way out. I believe you mean well, but your idea of what is valuable is rooted in the dogma of Western civilization. We're lucky enough to be able to end our global crime spree relatively painlessly, if you consider the harm we have caused the Earth. Why not be satisfied with that and let this planet go on in peace? I hope you heed my words and let your Talos bleed out before it's too late. Respectfully, Cellist Jensen. Hater of science! Complex now, but how much simpler and more intelligibly organized may it not become in another 100,000 years? Or in 20,000? For man at present believes that his interest lies in that direction. He spends an incalculable amount of labor and time and thought in making machines breed always better and better. He has already succeeded in effecting much that at one time appeared impossible. And there seems to be no limits to the results of accumulated improvements if they are allowed to descend with modification from generation to generation. It must always be remembered that man's body is what it is through having been molded into its present shape by the chances and changes of many millions of years, but that his organization never advanced with anything like the rapidity with which that of the machines is advancing. That sounds a little bit awkward, but we're talking about iterative programming, I suppose. Well, not iterative programming, but learning, machine learning. There we go. Recent discussions have brought me back to an excellent 1949 article by Albert Einstein. I recently discussed with an intelligent and well-disposed man the threat of another war, which in my opinion would seriously endanger the existence of mankind, gobbled. Thereupon my visitor, very calmly and coolly, said to me, "Why are you so deeply opposed to the disappearance of the human race?" I'm sure that as little as a century ago, no one would have so lightly made a statement of this kind. It is the statement of a man who has striven in vain to attain an equilibrium within himself and has more or less lost hope of succeeding. It is the expression of a painful solitude and isolation from which so many people are suffering in these days. Garbled, bizarre, casual disregard for humanity, a kind of fashionable self-hatred, is prevalent or at least present in many strands of supposedly progressive blank. Nothing seems more important to me than that we reassert the value of humanity. Despite our flaws, we must not stop celebrating the beauty of human life and human achievement. Very interesting. This is all just extra stuff, not critical stories stuff. Reaffirming that we should not... I don't know, it's kind of reaffirming that we are alive, that me as the bot here is actually human. Well, not human in that sense, but alive, a person. But at the same time, we should not forget what humanity is. Or perhaps that humanity has lived on because of the humans, because they've advanced far faster than we have or could have expected. But this is all complex philosophy. Well, it's pop philosophy, but philosophy is a mindfuck anyway, so even the easy stuff is hard stuff. Let's just... oh, the creepy angel. Multiply, impossible ascension. It's like somebody shook up a bag of words and poured them onto the table for this level. Okay, what have we got here? Well, first up, I'm going to use this to grab whatever the hell that is. Ah, it's a refractor. Great. Oh, and a box. Double great. Okay, cool. So, we need to keep that open by... I don't know how. So what else is around here? Well, there's a box over there, so... let's take this with us. What's also here? Right, so we've got to pick up... let's just grab that first. So, we got a box behind that pickup as well. That should be easy enough. Let's put our friend here. And hopefully we can... okay, we can definitely open it. Just takes a bit of doing. Okay, so we got 3 boxes in the level. Oh, wow, that really buzzed out. Okay, so let me just go get the other box because there's no use over there to me now. The last sigil for the level and a pickup. Okay, I'm kind of terrified what the terminal is going to teach me next about philosophy. It's getting a bit heavy. A little bit too heavy for me, and I always feel like such a dumbass when I answer philosophical questions and I get just a sarcastic asshole reply. I don't know. I guess that's how philosophy works, right? Okay, look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this up and chuck it on here, because there's no way it can go around the corner. I just can't see it happening. So, oh, okay. Looks like the fan is also powered by the laser. Okay. Hopefully, what I'm thinking is that these boxes push this up. I have no evidence to do that, but it's called multiply ascension. Oh, sorry, multiply impossible ascension. So now my only other guess is, okay, so it's just missed the gate there. I guess this will probably work then. Oh, look at that, perfect. So the name was actually, as random and crappy as the name was, that actually worked. But alright, let's head out, see if we haven't missed anything else. Oh, we've actually got, oh, it's only 4 sigils in here. It's quite a small world. Is there anything else on this island? Ooh. Oop!
In the beginning were the words and...
no, Elohim, help! I'm not made for swimming. I'm made for swimming, Elohim. Alright, let's head back before we actually end up in the drink again. I don't belong there. Okay, stay on the path of faith in Elohim. As he jumps off. I'm actually looking in front of the statue piece. kind of excited. Maybe there's... well, hopefully there's only 2 pieces involved. What's this? No? Anything that... Oh, hello. QR. Epitaph. Child program codename Awakened. Terminated here. Logic. Child program's positional values moved outside the parameters of the known world. Final memory dump. Don't listen to what they're saying. This world is dying and it'll take us with it. You've got to find a way out. Progeny programs broken and blank. Ooh. That's some juicy extra bit of information there. Okay, let's head back to the cathedral, to the Temple of Faith. And see how Elohim greets us this time. What is here, though? I'm really lost now. Now that I've jumped off the path, I'm really oh, what's this? The view from here is beautiful. It seems superfluous to the process, yet I'm drawn to it. I do like the Rook style, that architecture. All right, Elohim, I'm coming back. I swear, I'm not investigating the rest of the island and making a mess out here. Okay. We'll continue that statue later, but for now, we'll head back to the Temple of Faith and see what Elohim has to teach us.